Hello, and welcome back. I'm Aiden, your narrator for tonight. It's delightful to have you join us once again in this serene space where stories come alive and carry us gently into the embrace of restful sleep. As we settle in, let's take a moment to let the day's worries slip away, like leaves carried down a slow stream. Tonight, we embark on a tranquil journey into a world filled with whispers of magic and gentle wonders, as we delve into the heart of a story titled Whispers of the Enchanted Forest. This tale leads us into a place where ancient trees speak through the rustling of their leaves, and where light dances softly upon the gentle landscape. Within this forest lives a mysterious old guardian, a fox whose wisdom ensures harmony in this mystical realm. Through the chance meeting of a young traveler and this elusive creature, we will discover secrets that weave nature's beauty with a thread of serenity. Before we begin, let's ponder this question. Have you ever found yourself in a place where the natural world seemed to speak its own language, inviting you to pause and listen? We invite you to share your stories and thoughts below, to weave our own tapestry of shared experiences that bind us together in this community. As always, a heartfelt thank you goes out to our patrons and members on Patreon. Your support illuminates the path we wander in our storytelling adventures. If you enjoy tonight's narrative, consider joining us as a member. Your contribution helps bring these tales to life. Be sure to subscribe to receive our calming stories delivered right to your favorite device, allowing tranquility to visit you as often as you desire. Now let us take a deep breath together, inhaling gently, feeling the air fill your lungs, then exhaling slowly, releasing peace throughout your being. As you find your rhythm with each breath, imagine the forest's air, crisp and refreshing, weaving through you. And now, let us drift into the story, ready to explore the whispers of the Enchanted Forest, where every leaf, every blade of grass holds a tale waiting to be told. In the hushed stillness before dawn, where night hesitantly releases its grasp on the world, a young traveler named Alara approached the outskirts of the Enchanted Forest. The path before her lay shrouded in morning mist, each step gently kissing the dew-laden grass. Alara had heard tales about the woodland from travelers she had met in bustling taverns and quiet inns. They spoke of its ancient magic and whispering trees, luring those who dared to venture into its depths. As the sun's first rays peeked shyly over the horizon, they danced upon leaves, unveiling a tapestry of greens. Alara paused at the threshold of the forest, absorbing the mingling scents of earth and foliage, a fragrance fresh and invigorating. A soft breeze, like a whisper at the edge of one's consciousness, wove through the trees, beckoning her to step forward. As she took her first steps under the canopy, the light shifted, dappling the ground with patterns that seemed to guide her path. The air was cool and held a faint echo of bird songs carried from distant branches. Alara, feeling the weight of the ordinary world melt away, let a calm anticipation settle upon her. She wondered what stories the forest might reveal to her. With no particular destination in mind, Alara wandered deeper, her feet finding the path instinctively, as though the forest itself guided her steps. Each turn was accompanied by the gentle rustling of leaves, a chorus that seemed almost purposeful. The woods held secrets in its shadows, stories whispered by those who had traversed these paths before her. Unbeknownst to Alara, she was not alone. From his hidden vantage point, an old fox watched. his eyes shining with wisdom only nature could bestow. He blended seamlessly with the autumn palette, his presence a part of the forest's own consciousness. His interest in Alara was more than passing. He could sense in her something uniquely attuned to the mysteries of his woodland sanctuary. With quiet grace, he followed her journey, preparing to reveal the secrets of the Enchanted Forest. Deeper into the forest, the air was filled with a symphony of nature's subtle calls. The sound of a distant brook babbled like a gentle voice recounting ancient tales. Alara ventured towards the soothing melody, her spirit soothed by its soft, flowing cadence. The trees stood tall around her, their branches reaching skyward as if in perpetual embrace with the heavens. Each trunk bore the marks of time, etched in rings unseen beneath roughened bark, and spoke silently tales of seasons come and gone. In their presence, Alara felt herself a mere whisper in the grand conversation of earth and sky, yet a longing to belong gripped her. As she approached a clearing, the vibrant world opened before her to reveal a small brook, its waters glistening with morning light. Here, amid dancing reflections, stood the fox, its russet fur catching the sun, eyes glistening with an ancient wisdom. Startled by the sight, Alara paused, for there was an undeniable presence about the creature, as if the very essence of the forest took form in its gaze. Yet, there was no fear in her heart, merely a warm curiosity. Encouraged by the fox's calm demeanor, she moved closer, feeling a peculiar bond forming, an understanding that transcended spoken word. The fox, regal yet gentle, tilted his head slightly, as though inviting her closer to the stream's edge. "Who might you be?" Alara found her voice a gentle murmur, unsure if such an ethereal being demanded speech or simply listening. The fox did not reply in words, but in actions. He sat, curling his tail gracefully around his paws, exuding a tranquility that enveloped Alara like a well-worn cloak. She understood then that this fox was not merely an animal, but the keeper of these woods, a guardian steeped in its magic. They remained there, silent companions, as the sun climbed higher, casting shimmering patterns upon the rippling water. In their shared silence, the forest spoke to them both, weaving them into its timeless narrative, binding the fates of guardian and guest in a way Alara could scarcely fathom. As the sun rode higher into the sky, warming the earth with its gentle beams, Alara and the fox lingered by the brook. Somewhere in that silent camaraderie, an unspoken bond was sealed, one born of shared stillness and a mutual reverence for the world surrounding them. The forest, eager to unveil its magic, slowly began to reveal its stories through subtle signs. A gentle rustle in the leaves above drew Alara's gaze upward to see a myriad of birds flitting between branches, carrying on their dialogues in bright chirps. It seemed to her that each flutter carried not just a sound, but a whisper of the forest's history, secreted away in songs of distant dawns. As Alara sat by the brook, letting the cool water trail through her fingers, she noticed the trees seemed to lean closer, eager listeners to her quiet musings. In that moment, she felt the ancient pull of their roots deep in the earth, drawing energy from unseen springs of time. The fox, perceptive to her growing awareness, stood and began a slow, meandering walk along the stream bank, pausing to glance back at her. Understanding his invitation, Alara followed, the brook's melody weaving a harmonious thread between them. The path they trod shifted subtly beneath their feet, as though the forest itself carved new ways to explore. The foliage opened up occasionally to reveal secret glens, dappled in sunlight like warm, inviting sanctuaries. Each step along this journey allowed Alara's heart to beat in sync with the quiet rhythm of the woods, a symphony orchestrated by nature itself. As the duo ventured onward, Alara felt the echoes of forgotten tales in the whisper of the wind and the gentle lapping of water. These were stories etched not by hand nor voice, but carved in the lifelines of every tree and carried on the wings of every bird. With each passing moment, the forest drew her deeper into its embrace, promising more than mere sights, offering wonders whispered in enigmatic prose. Alara followed the fox through a delicate lattice of trees, the canopy above filtering sunlight into a dance of gentle luminescence. Each sunbeam felt like a warm embrace, a gentle reminder of the world's tenderness waiting to be discovered beneath its surface. Here, in this place of serenity, time ambled unhurriedly. The forest floor was a mosaic of shadows and earth, each patch of light creating a small universe of activity beneath it. Tiny insects went about their day, oblivious to the traveler above, and small creatures rustled unseen within the underbrush, weaving the intricate tapestry of life that thrived here. Light filtered through the leaves, casting everything in the soft glow of a dream, each shadow hampering reality and stirring imagination. Alara felt a tingle of wonder at how the forest crafted such beauty effortlessly, like an artist creating masterpiece after masterpiece. The trees, ever watchful, stood like ancient sentinels, their mere presence a comforting constant in this enchanted realm. The fox led her to the base of a great oak tree, its roots twisting and sprawling in powerful arcs that bespoke centuries of growth. It was a place rich with life and history, where the air hummed with the low pulse of life and time intertwined. The majestic tree seemed to greet them with silent wisdom, its branches acting as arboreal arms welcoming them into its embrace. Among the roots, nestled perfectly as if deliberately placed, lay vibrant patches of wildflowers. Their colors shimmered in the dappled sunlight, painting the ground in hues borrowed from the sunrise. Alara knelt to admire them, inhaling their delicate fragrance that seemed to speak directly to her soul, urging her to linger, to listen. The fox settled nearby, keeping a gentle watch as Alara immersed herself in the moment, feeling the rhythm of nature in every breath. Here in this enchanted forest, time felt like a flowing stream rather than a relentless river, and Alara felt content to drift within it, guided by these whispers of ancient magic and the silent promise of untold stories. The melodies of the forest continued to envelop Alara as she journeyed with the fox. Each step, a note in an endless symphony that resonated with her, humming in tune with her heartbeats. As she followed, her senses opened further to the forest's secrets, wonders hidden beneath every leaf and stone. The path took them to a small glade, a clearing where sunlight poured like golden honey, pooling on the soft grass. A gentle breeze, sweet with the scent of pine and earth, filled Alara's senses, carrying with it the delicate hum of distant insects. It was a place of balance and peace, untouched by the rush of the world outside the woodland. Alara noticed the trees here were unlike any she had seen, a peculiar shade of emerald wrapped around their trunks as if they had absorbed the essence of the forest itself. They stood intertwined like dancers in a slow waltz, their branches forming a delicate arch above. She could feel a subtle hum of energy emanating from them, as though they shared a heartbeat with the earth. The fox paused and turned its gaze upon her, a gentle nudge for her to truly see the intertwining life around them. She knelt, pressing her palms against the grass, feeling the pulse of life beneath her fingertips, and hearing the forest whisper in this hidden language of rustles and sighs. As the sun followed its arc across the sky, the glade became a kaleidoscope of shifting patterns, shadows interweaving with light in an endless dance. Each drop of sunlight seemed to whisper a secret, recalling moments long past and passages of time recorded not in ink but in growth and decay. Alara realized these secrets were not merely for the trees or the fox, but for those willing to stop and listen. The forest held a quiet promise, inviting those open of heart and still of mind to run in its endless, silent storytelling. Here, in this sacred place, Alara felt a deep connection to the forest, a belonging that resonated with something deep within her core, binding her to the magic of these woods. Under the guiding light of the sun, Alara and the fox ventured further into the forest's embrace. With each step, the woods revealed more of its mysteries, a symphonic masterpiece composed of myriad sounds and movements that surrounded them, a delicate balance maintained by unseen hands. The path wound through ancient trees, whose ragged branches held the stories of countless years. The whispers of the leaves sang a melodic tune that intertwined seamlessly with the various bird calls echoing through the canopy. This orchestra breathed life into the forest, an ever-present hum that spoke to Alara's soul. Lush fern fronds reached out from the forest floor, brushing gently against her legs as she walked. Their soft rustling added a harmonious undercurrent to the natural symphony playing out around her. Every so often, tiny creatures would scamper across the path, their hurried steps suggesting some grand, unseen choreography. They came upon a small waterfall cascading over moss-covered stones into a serene pool. The water's melodic tumbling provided a counterpoint to the whispering leaves, a gentle lullaby that invited tranquility. Alara paused, allowing herself to be carried by the ebb and flow of the soundscape, her heart attuned to the forest's rhythm. In this place, time felt suspended, held in a delicate balance by the continuous flow of nature's music. Alara watched the fox as he drank from the pool, the light catching in his bright fur. He seemed in perfect harmony with his surroundings, a part of the woodland's living tapestry. For a while longer, she remained still, absorbing the intricate nuances of the forest's song and feeling her own breath become a gentle cadence in its ensemble. She marveled at how each element of this natural world played its part, each note and flutter a thread in the fabric of its serene existence. As daylight began its gentle decline, the music of the forest shifted into a softer, more contemplative key, readying itself for the hush of evening. Alara felt the comfort of belonging to this timeless concert, her presence a quiet note in a symphony that had played long before her arrival and would continue long after her time there. As the sun began to lower in its passage across the sky, the forest seemed to draw its energies inward, preparing for the tranquil embrace of night. With the fox by her side, Alara walked among towering trees and drifting shadows, feeling at home in this serene paradise. The fading light cast an amber hue that softened the world around her. Each trunk and leaf was rendered in gentle relief, as though infused with a luminescent glow that defied the gathering dusk. Here, enveloped by the forest's stillness, Alara felt the presence of something eternal, a wisdom sown into the earth itself. The fox, perceptive to the changing landscape, guided her to a small knoll where the ground was carpeted with moss. Its softness was welcoming, inviting Alara to rest and to sink deeper into the calm that permeated these woods. She settled upon the moss, feeling its cool embrace anchor her to the moment of now. Above, the forest canopy swayed gently, its motions like a lullaby cradling each leaf and twig. The breeze played lightly through the trees, a whispering touch that wove tales of quietude and balance. It was a reminder of the small miracles woven into every inch of the forest that were alive yet unwavering. There, in the waning light, Alara allowed her body and mind to rest. Her thoughts slowed, dispersing like dandelion seeds before a gentle gust. She became acutely aware of the forest breathing in unison with her, a rhythmic pulse shared by all living things here. With the soft whooshing of the wind and the fox nestled at her side, Alara allowed herself to drift on the currents of tranquility. Her eyelids felt heavier as the calming serenade of nature wrapped around her like a soft quilt, cocooning her in peace. The whispers of the enchanted forest became a soothing refrain, lulling her deeper into reverie, an oasis from the noise of the outer world. In that suspended moment, the fox placed his head gently on her knee, sharing this profound stillness and reminding Alara of the undeniable truth of connection shared in the quiet spaces of the earth, a feeling unburdened by speech yet spoken in the universal language of harmony. Twilight descended upon the enchanted forest with a hushed grace, wrapping each bough and branch in the soft anonymity of impending night. The delicate scent of night-blooming flowers perfumed the air, a subtle reminder that even in darkness, beauty thrived. Alara, her senses heightened in the half-light, inhaled deeply to capture the fragrances carried by the cooling breeze. The mingling scents of foliage, earth, and blossoms were a symphony all their own, weaving through the air like silk strands drawing together in perfect harmony. The fox, ever the vigilant guide, led her along a path shrouded in purple shadows. Their journey took them through a landscape transformed by the approaching night, a tapestry where every detail softened under the gentle caress of dusk. Leaf and stone became indistinct, each an echo of form beneath the twilight's tender embrace. The forest resounded with the faint rustling of small creatures emerging to explore and forage, their eyes gleaming in the fading light like scattered stars, adding living strands to the complex tapestry of the scene. An owl called from a nearby copse, its voice a deep, resonant note that underscored the night's serenity. As Alara walked on, she marveled at how the forest altered in the gathering gloom, opening her heart to the mystery that twilight unfurled. Each step taken was a voyage into a world painted less with sight and more with sound, touch, and scent. She ran her fingers across the bark of a tree, the rough texture grounding her senses in their moment of ceaseless change. In these quiet hours, when day transitioned gracefully to night, Alara discovered that peace could be found not only in stillness, but in the gentle continuity of nature. There, sheltered under the vaulted canopy, she understood that twilight held its own whispers, telling of the day's surrender and the night's embrace. The determination of nature to flourish through the cloak of darkness was a lesson in resilience, an ode to strength in silence. As Alara walked beside the fox into the deeper woods, she became part of this enduring procession, her presence but a footprint in the overlapping patterns of light and dark, a cherished secret of the night-clad forest. The sky above the Enchanted Forest deepened into an expanse of velvet blue, dotted with the nascent glow of starlight. Alara walked beneath this celestial canopy, her heart lifted by the profound majesty unfolding overhead. Each twinkling star seemed to pulse with the rhythm of a world at peace, a silent choir that sang of ages past and dreams yet to be. The fox slowed his steps, leading her to a secluded clearing where the sky joined the earth in an intimate embrace. Here, the trees parted like attentive sentinels, allowing the heavens to pour their light upon the ground in soft, silvery beams. The air was crisp and still, wrapped in the promise of countless nighttimes that had unfolded in similar fashion through the generations. In this sacred space, Alara found the breath of the universe breathing alongside her, a witness to the perpetual dance between earthbound and celestial, transient and eternal. She lay back upon the earth, feeling its grounding steadiness support her, while the sky arched above, vast and limitless. The stars twinkled like scattered gems, each one a distant fire forging silent tales older than any life that walked beneath them. As she gazed upward, Alara felt the vastness of the cosmos pressing gently against her, enveloping her thoughts, cleansing them of worldly concerns. The brightness of the starlit sky painted a serene tapestry, evoking a feeling of peace that resonated deeply within her. The fox, a constant and calming presence, settled beside her, his gaze fixed skyward as if drawing wisdom from the stars themselves. His serene demeanor suggested an understanding that sometimes the night's best secrets were better shared in silent companionship than through spoken revelations. As time drifted, Alara found herself sinking deeper into the evening's gentle margins, the celestial whispering all its ephemeral truths. Bathed in the light of distant constellations, she understood the magic of this enchanted forest, where earth and sky blended in a symphony of ancient tales retold through the subtle lore of stars and trees. Here in this sanctuary where heaven and forest met, Alara's journey slowed to the ultimate stillness, a pause that echoed the tranquility found only in spaces crafted of earthbound dreams and celestial voices. It was here that she rested, buoyed by the forest's embrace and the watchful eyes of stars. The midnight blue canopy sparkled with constellations as the night deepened. The forest whispered its ancient lullabies, a gentle susurration that fluttered through the leaves like a caress. The presence of the fox, steady and serene, remained a comforting anchor for Alara amid the cosmic dialogue. The trees, silhouetted against the starlit sky, stood as majestic pillars of this natural cathedral, their leaves shivering in the breeze like whispered secrets passed between trusted confidants. From afar, a nightjar's call echoed through the silent symphony, each note a bridge connecting past to present, known to unknown. Entranced by the allure of this living world, Alara allowed herself to drift through the narratives whispered on the night air. Her thoughts meandered like leaf-laden streams, moving with ease among memories both personal and ancient, binding present and past into a seamless continuum. The fox listened, his ears twitching to each murmur carried by the gentle zephyrs. He seemed attuned to a realm of understanding that transcended the human condition, a connection woven from nature's own threads. Alara recognized this shared language spoken in rustles and whispers, felt it an invitation to become part of the forest's tapestry. Time nestled within the soft folds of night, marking its passage gently, subtly, unnoticed. Under the tree's watchful gaze, wrapped in the fragrant embrace of the cool night air, Alara felt a profound stillness. It was a reminder that peace was not a destination, but a journey upon which she was tenderly embarked. As she lay on the mossy ground, Alara perceived the gentle vibrations of the earth beneath her, a testament to the forest's vibrant life force. Here, amid shadows and starlight, she understood the promise of early dawn whispers, a world wherein magic and mundane met, crafting harmony from silence. The fox rested his head upon his paws, eyes half closed but ever alert, a sentinel of this enchanted domain. Together they remained, traveler and guardian, part of the forest's whispered secrets, cradled in the eternal rhythm of wind and wood, night and dawn. The night deepened into its quiet reverie, its fabric woven from the whispers of wind and woodland. Under this protective shroud, Alara found herself embracing the comfort of stillness, an embrace as nurturing as the earth beneath her, and as expansive as the starlit sky. The forest serenaded her, its song a tender lullaby composed of gentle rustling leaves, the whisper of a distant stream, and the occasional call of an unseen night creature. The harmony of its natural cadence carried Alara's thoughts away like leaves scattered upon a stream, drifting in dreamlike tranquility. The fox moved softly through the glade, his presence a luminous thread woven into the night's tapestry. His graceful movements evoked an ancient wisdom that spoke to the heart, reminding Alara of the boundless serenity found in the forest's embrace. This realm was a place where time unfolded in quiet ripples, not in the hurried clangor of the everyday. Serenity became a palpable presence, a soft, enveloping warmth that wrapped around her, inviting her to yield to peaceful slumber. The earth sighed beneath her, a contented exhalation, acknowledging her place in this timeless existence. Stars twinkled as witnesses to her peaceful journey, their dimming and brightening part of the lullaby that coaxed her weary spirit toward rest. Alara closed her eyes, surrendering to the night's embrace. Her breathing joined the rhythmic symphony of the woods, each inhale and exhale a tender farewell to fleeting wakefulness. The fox circled once before settling beside her, his steady warmth a gentle reassurance that the forest's guardianship extended to her dreams. As night's serenade continued, Alara slipped deeper into a realm of infinite calm, where whispers of the enchanted forest gently coaxed her into a restful oblivion. Here, in the quietude of this otherworldly place, dreams unfolded like dawn upon a waiting world. Each was a tribute to the night's mysteries, and the promises whispered in every breeze, an invitation to repose that Alara warmly accepted. In the quiet solitude of the forest, night surrendered subtly to the dawn's gentle advance, painting the world in hues of muted silver and gold. The enchanted woodland was a realm at rest, drawing energy from the promise of the day yet to come. Alara lay nestled upon the earth's warm cradle, her dreams woven into the framework of leaves and sky. Each beat of her heart resonated with nature's own rhythm, stitching together the ethereal with the concrete, crafting a serene tapestry of existence. The fox watched over her, guardian of a place where light and dark whispered their secrets. As dawn's touch kissed the treetops, a soft light unfurled across the forest floor, caressing away the soft tendrils of mist. This ethereal moment between night and day pulsed with the promise of new beginnings, a gentle reminder that each ending too births dawn. Alara stirred as sunlight played across her face, the warmth stirring her from the depths of tranquil slumber. She awoke with a sense of profound calm, cradled in the forest's patient embrace. The whispers of the night had become the gentle hum of daylight, weaving memories of this journey into the fabric of her consciousness. Beneath the watchful gaze of towering trees, Alara rose, the forest breathing a collective sigh that echoed her own. The fox stood once more by her side, his presence as constant and comforting as the earth beneath her feet. In his eyes lay the wisdom of countless cycles of night and day, a shared understanding of their transient yet significant connection. Together, they turned toward the approaching day, the forest alive with the fresh energy of morning. A sense of completeness enveloped Alara, a clarity bestowed by her passage through the woodland's secrets and its endless symphony of whispers. As she and the fox stepped forward into the waking world, Alara carried with her the forest's whispers, echoes that would resonate in her heart like a gentle lullaby. These were whispers of peace, of belonging, and of the deep comforts found within the embrace of nature's timeless weave, a journey from wakefulness to dreams and back to the promise of a new day.